Hello, welcome to another vlog. Mera naam Caitlin. Hey, this is Sourabh and this is our second day in Zurich, Switzerland. Right now we are in Zurich. We actually just rented a car. We are planning on driving around Switzerland and exploring the areas just because the weather is not on our side. We're still in Zurich right now, but we are heading to Lucerne. Lucerne is just like a replica of Zurich. Lucerne is known for its medieval architecture. From Zurich to Lucerne, it's about a 40-minute drive. That's why we rented the car. It's going to be raining the majority of our stay here in Switzerland. Weather's not on our side, so we thought rent a car. That way we can explore more. The city is very drivable. The only thing to keep in mind is that you have to pay for parking basically everywhere. So right now we're heading to Lucerne. We're going to go explore and we'll give you the grand tour of more of Switzerland.
So we decided to rent a car today because it's been raining. Since we got here, we had a couple hours of nice weather in the starting, but after that it started raining, and that's how it's supposed to be for the rest of the time we are here. So we decided to rent a car and do a road trip around Switzerland. That is a couple towns that are known for their sceneries, their nice lush green mountains and lakes. Now we are headed to one of those towns. It's easy to rent a car if you're from US. You just go and rent a car just like how you would do back home. Driving is pretty much the same. You don't have to worry about learning a new way to drive. The rules are pretty much the same, and they also drive on the right hand side, so that's easy for us. I paid about $80 a day for the car, which is not that bad. The only thing I have to figure out is how to understand how many meters and what signs are what. However, everything else is pretty much the same. So another good reason to rent a car here in Switzerland is that you're not stuck to just the city itself. If you have a car, you can go around Zurich and go to the small towns, and you can just take your car and you don't have to be dependent on the public transport. That being said, you can always take the public transport and go to those towns, and you just have to figure out a way, take a bus. Another reason we rented this car is because we are staying in outside of the city. We are not staying in Zurich itself. For the other 2 nights, we are staying in a retreat which is outside in mountains away from the city itself. So we might have to drive there, take a 40-minute drive. If we wouldn't have booked this car, we would have to take public transport, which is not bad. There's a lot of walking involved in the middle, but since it's raining, it's a better idea to rent a car itself. And public transport is also not cheap here. You could end up paying about $30 for a day pass. For both of us, it's $30. And a daily car rental is $80. So it's not that bad if you're looking to go outside. And I would recommend, if you're just staying in Zurich, you can just take care of your travels with public transport because it's super easy and super convenient.
So before we came to Switzerland, we researched on transportation options, and they do have this Swiss railway pass. You can pick between 3, 6, 9, and 12 days, I believe. And for a 3-day pass, we were looking at that one. It's about $600 just for 3 days, which includes unlimited train, tram, and bus rides. We found that to be a little expensive for 3 days, mainly just because we were staying in Zurich. We actually booked an oasis retreat in the mountain in a town called Edensbach. So that's about an hour and 20-minute train ride from Zurich. That's also why we rented this car. It's a little mountain retreat, a little mountain oasis, so we're excited to show you that. We'll probably give you the full tour later. But right now we're gonna head to Lucerne and enjoy another city that gives medieval vibes. Just entered the town of Lucerne, and the roads are super windy. You can see it's a cute little city, and I am very excited to see Lake Lucerne. The town is very pretty, has lots of houses on the hill.
Arrived in this town called Lucerne. It's a small town compared to Zurich, but it's still a big city. There is a lot of things to do here. That's where we parked our car. That's our parking garage. That's where we parked. Parking was pretty good. It wasn't expensive, and I looked up online. Even the parking garage was rated pretty good, so I decided to park there. And there's a castle right behind the parking garage, and I don't know if you can see up here. So there's a lot of architecture, a lot of buildings like these from the old times here. You can just see that castle right over there. There's another one right here. So surrounding the lakes, there's a lot of nice buildings. As soon as we parked the car, we decided to come to the first landmark that is right by our parking garage. This is a bridge. It's a pretty famous bridge. This is like from the old times. It's known for being a landmark in Lucerne. Look at these. Information here from the old times. I don't know, I cannot read this. This is in German. There's a lot of mixed language in Switzerland. You'd have difficult time to figure out what language they are speaking, but English works everywhere, so you don't have to be worried about traveling here and thinking if they don't know your language or you would be able to communicate or not. But this is a really, really beautiful town. As you can see right here, look at this. I have not seen something like this ever before. Gives the European vibe. Look at that. I don't know if you can see in the video, but there are mountains behind these, but it's covered with fog and clouds right now. We are walking around Lucerne, checking out their old town, their city. I think this is a great town. Even the guy who I was renting the car from, he said everybody who rents the car from here goes straight to Lucerne. So Lucerne is the place to be. There's a lot of things to do around Lucerne as well, and we are glad that as soon as we parked our car, the rain stopped and we have a nice passage of time here when there is not any rain forecasted. So we are looking to walk around the town, look at these streets, and maybe grab some lunch. This is one of their grocery store. You can find all kinds of things here. They also have a restaurant. We went here yesterday to buy a toothbrush because I forgot mine back home. I actually like this weather. This weather is pretty good. Just grab a sweater or a jacket and then you can just walk around. Countless shops here. They're selling all kinds of things. There's a shoe shop here, so if you forget your shoes, you can just buy right there. Candy stores. They just invite you to come inside and buy. This must be like a shopping district in Lucerne itself. They have a shopping district right in Old Town and Zurich. They're selling watches. And as I said, they're pretty famous for their watches here. I would buy a watch, but I don't really wear watches. I just wear my Fitbit. A lot of differences in culture I see here, that a lot of people smoke. A lot of people smoke cigarettes. Like back in US, you would not see people just smoking cigarettes all the time, walking, eating at a restaurant. They're just smoking cigarettes, and then a lot of vape culture is there too. So I see little kids just walking around vaping, which we have as well back home in the United States. In India, they have banned vape, so that's super nice. There are all kinds of stores here. They also have Aldi. We're thinking of going to Aldi and grabbing some things to make some sandwiches so we don't have to spend money on food here. Food is expensive. Food here in general is not as great as you assume. It's not known for food. Like Switzerland, I don't think of Switzerland and come here just to eat. It's more about shopping, enjoying the sceneries, and skiing. People come here to ski a lot. Known for watches.
Right now we are in one of their malls and they have all kinds of shops in here, but one thing that happened yesterday is we forgot a charger. Here in Switzerland they have different outlets than they did have in Paris. So we went to one of the convenience stores and they're charging like $40 to $50 for a wall outlet. So one thing to know before you come to Switzerland, research their plugs and what outlets they need. Also, you're going to be paying probably a lot of money for them. We looked up at an electronics store and we happened to find one for about $15 there, which is cheaper. But yeah, one thing to note, do a little research on what type of plugs you need and maybe get like a universal adapter. That's probably what I'm going to do for our next trip, getting a universal adapter. That way we don't have to worry about that. Looks like we found an Indian restaurant. Taj Mahal restaurant buffet. And usually when we're looking for food, we always tend to go for Vietnamese cuisine or Asian cuisine, and that's what we've been eating. So far this trip, we've ate McDonald's twice, and we had a burrito yesterday in our last vlog. So that's the type of food we've been eating. Having something spicy, so find a good Asian restaurant, but we might be shopping at Aldi and making sandwiches from home just because we are going to an oasis. There's not much to do around there besides hiking, skiing, which we are not prepared for that at all. So we'll just be enjoying the oasis retreats. They do have a hot tub, beautiful views. Looking forward to that. Probably have about 2 to 3 hours left in the city, so we're just gonna enjoy, head to the rest of the things that Lucerne is known for. We just reached the lion statue, 10-minute walk from the lake, and look at it. This is very famous in Lucerne. If you look it up on Google, it has 22,000 ratings, so it's pretty popular. This commemorates like the Swiss guards who died in 1720. So an artist carved this in the mountain. And so this is a very old statue. I guess a very famous place in Switzerland. It's just to honor the Swiss guards who were killed during the revolution. So that's probably why they have the Swiss shield. This is very pretty. You can imagine all the work it took. Right now we'll head to Old Town, take you around more of Lucerne.
We were just shopping at Aldi. We grabbed some things. Few things for us for our stay in the Airbnb. It's still raining. Not much you can do outside. That's our parking garage right there. We kept walking for a while. We got hungry, so we went to a Mediterranean place to eat. We ate one plate of gyro with some rice and lettuce, which wasn't that much, but we got full for the time being. Now we have grabbed something for us. Enough stuff for making 4 sandwiches since we are doing road trip and won't be stopping everywhere. For now we are going to be eating sandwiches. We are headed back to our Airbnb and we'll give you a full tour of our Airbnb. Right now we were at Aldi.
So at Aldi we shopped for 22 Swiss franc. That got us enough for 4 sandwiches. So that's bread, lettuce, meat, cheese, 5 drinks, 2 coffees for the morning, and a couple of juices. So it was a great deal. We just paid like $20 just to eat one meal,
yeah.
one plate at the diner right over there. So this is a really good deal. It's just like shopping in the United States. It felt like home. We were just grabbing stuff. Usually when we shop in US, we just grab things that we see and it ends up being really cheap. We spend like from $18 to $30, and I mean 4 meals for $22 plus coffee and snacks. That's a great deal.
Nevertheless, this is a nice price according to Switzerland standard. For now, we are done with the town of Lucerne. It was a great day. We did a lot of things, even with the rain.
We're gonna be heading to Eskenbach.
Eskenbach. I
Don't know
can't pronounce that.
Yeah, we don't know if we're pronouncing it right, but this is a small town and it has a lot of mountain views. So that's also why we started shopping at Aldi, because there's not a lot of restaurants around, and if they are, I just know they're going to be expensive. So just to make sure we got everything, shopped at Aldi. Hour and 20 minutes to Eskenbach. It's more than that if you take the train. That's also why we rented the car. So let's head to this mountainy town and we'll give you a great view of our oasis retreat. I'm super excited to go in the hot tub.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it is and if it lives up to its name, but we'll show you everything in our next video.
Thank you so much for watching. We had such a great day in Lucerne. We're so excited to show you our Airbnb tour, so stick along for our next video. Thank you so much for watching. We're also going to be touring so many more countries in Europe in this series, so stick along. Thank you again for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.